lightly. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to come straight out and say it. Yesterday, I read a report from the Census Bureau that stated that people that lived in Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio were stupid. Amongst the stupid. You know what I'm saying? In the country, evidently New Jersey was supposed to be the smartest. Now, this is just from my perspective. When I get a phone call as a taxi cab driver, which is what I am, just like earlier today, I get the same thing from people that cannot read advertisements. First of all, we already know Kentucky is the lowest on the education because of the, I can't remember if it was the mayor or the governor. It doesn't matter who it is. Somebody needs to fix the education system in Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. Now, the reason why I say this is because I have an advertisement that perfectly states we do not pick up Kentucky to Kentucky runs. We are not permitted. I constantly get phone calls from stupid people over in Kentucky that call me and say I need a taxi from somewhere in Louisville, Kentucky, going to somewhere else in Louisville, Kentucky. And their response is always the same. Oh, well, I called a 502 area code. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. 502 does not belong to you. 502 also belongs to Southern Indiana, believe it or not. Because every time that I've called, let's see, it was a track phone wireless, they kept giving me a 502 number. Ask for a number in Indiana and it will give you a 5. I bought my freaking phone in Indiana. In Indiana at a Walmart. And they gave me a 502 number. I've had that number ever since. Yes, ever since. I've had that number ever since before I even started my own cab company. And I get these calls all the time from people over in Kentucky. Well, I called 502. Yeah, but you didn't read the headline. We do not service Kentucky to Kentucky. They only clicked on the number. This is what happens on Google. Google is... Whoever set up the advertising for that needs to have their head examined. They need to go ask Yahoo or somebody else how to advertise properly. Because y'all don't know how to do it. Google is simply retarded. I kid you not. I don't know how many places I've seen on there. Don't advertise with AdWords. No, you're better off to advertise for free, but the only thing you have to deal with that is people leaving you bad reviews, which I've had done to me several times. And I know of other people that have had it done too because they claim it on there as well. It's no new thing. Get you an AdSense account, let them charge you outrageous amounts and see how much longer you want to deal with Google. Everybody uses Google to advertise with or whatever, or look up shit. They say Google and YouTube is your best friend. Well, if Google is such your best friend, why is it when it comes to advertising, they're not my best friend? I don't know if they're your best friend, but they're not my best friend. Now, when it comes to all the other places like Yahoo, Bing, Foursquare, and all the other ones that's on the list, I have no problems with them. I've never had any problems with them. Google used to rob me. I used to have all kinds of money for advertisement. And they knew about it evidently. Because they was just sucking that money up. Taking me for everything I got. You got a little slider that you can slide up and down. If you want the most amount of views, or you want the least amount of views, or you got that little space in between that you can go, this one here, but you got, so you start here, and then you got one here. So you can put it right here, or you can put it right here, or you can put it all the way up there, or all the way down here. That's Google AdWords, which is now something else evidently too. They keep changing everything. If you're going to keep changing everything, that must tell you something right there, that Google, your advertising sucks on both levels. Free and paid. So you need to whatever you're doing, throw it out the door and say, hey, no, we need some new advertising. Something new, a way of advertising that isn't confusing to other people. First of all, when I put my advertisements in Southern Indiana and specifically state that I want them in Jeffersonville, Clarksville, New Albany, Sellersburg, Utica, Memphis, Henryville, and all the surrounding areas that I want to do, but I don't put any for Louisville, Kentucky, but yet I still get calls from Louisville, Kentucky, and even some further out. Just because when you go over the Ohio River, when you get into Jeffersonville, if you're sitting next to the bridge and you're looking for stuff, you're going to find stuff that is located in Louisville more than you do in Indiana, or vice versa. More in Indiana than one Louisville. However you put it. I've went over there and put my location on Google. At the bottom it says, this is your location, blah, blah, blah. Click on it, blah, blah. Type in taxis, whatever, taxi, or taxi stand, or taxi service, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is what it should show up under. Google is overcharging people for ads that they do not want in different places. I've had it happen on Facebook as well. I've had people tell me, well, why is this ad being targeted here? Well, I put in the locations like I'm supposed to, but some places don't even offer you that. So where all these Louisville, Kentucky numbers are coming in and charging me extra because Google is getting their money and they don't care. Yes, they don't care. Google is overcharging. Google is overcharging everybody. They should be shut down. I mean, if you can go to Google and you can work there and you get free breakfasts and lunch and dinners and all this other stuff and places to sleep, guess what? It's costing your customers something extra. Because guess what? They're paying for all that shit, not Google. Just like when I get customers in my car, they're paying my fees for me to live. They're paying my salary. So if I get in here and I rob them, do you think they're ever going to come back to me? No. They're never going to come back to me. So while you're sitting out here Google and you're robbing people, just remember, what goes around comes around. Karma's a bitch and it will come after you. Believe that. People off. Because you're going to get caught sooner or later.